Hey everyone, it's Nikachu, Merfolk Master, and today we're going to be playing some Premodern with none other, at least one Merfolk, the Gaea Skyfolk. So this is my Miracle Grow deck. I'll give a brief explanation of the deck in a second, but why are we playing Premodern today? Because Premodern is now actually a league on Magic Online for a very short, limited amount of time. We get a little taste of what Premodern is like in a semi-competitive fashion, and it seems like everyone loves it. A lot of people are mocking Premodern for like the boomers, and let it be known, I was interested in Premodern before it's gotten popular. All right, I saw the potential in this format. Very strategic format, and it'll have as a bunch of nostalgic old cards. So this is my Miracle Growth deck. It's a tempo deck, but it can transform into a combo deck. As you see, we've got Show and Tell. We have a combination of Show and Tell, Oath of Druids, and also a Chroma, Angel of Wrath. Long story short, we're using a bunch of cantrips so that we can beef and buff up our Quirion Dryad, which will grow every single time we play a blue spell. But also it grows the Werebear. This creature gets +3/+3 as long as there are 7 or more cards in your graveyard. This is basically like the Tarmogoyf of the format, in my opinion. But if we need some evasion, we also got the Gaea Skyfolk. 2/2 Flying Merfolk. Hey, it's reliable, all right? Having a 2/2 on a 2-power body, that's tough. It's hard to get in this format. And with evasion, it's beautiful. And of course, we've got some all-stars like we got Gush to help trigger our Quirion Dryad, to help feed our foil. The Force Will, the format. We got some counter spells, some dazes, not too many. People can play around them in the late game. I don't want them to play around them so much. And for mana ramp, mana fixing, also feeding Werebear, we have Mox Diamond, which can also help us ram into our sideboard strategy of playing Show and Tell and Oath of Druids to get an Achroma or Angel of Wrath on the battlefield. So in the appropriate matchups, we can actually just side out all the creatures, all 12 of them, because that's all it is 12 creatures, and we're a combo deck. Isn't that cool? I think it's cool. I think it's a lot of fun. Oh, there's nothing better than beating goblins with this type of strategy. What are you gonna do, goblins? What are you gonna do? You're gonna play no creatures, huh? You're gonna play no creatures? No, you're gonna play something. All right. With that, let's get into our Premodern League. Here for round 1, I'm on the draw. Our hand has cantrips and a creature. We're gonna keep it. Birds of Paradise. All right, we're getting a little aggro in the house here. Another sleight of hand. Slidey. Okay, but we need to go find. Lands. We're digging for lands. What do we want? Lands. When do we want them? We want them right now. Neither of these cards are particularly good. I'll take the Werebear. Always just lean on the creatures versus not creatures. Ooh, Duress. I felt like I was going to get Thoughtseized, except it wasn't actually Thoughtseized. I don't know this deck. Some sort of like Golgari aggro. Someone trying to make Jund in Premodern. Oh no! All right, so they. Oh wow, I'm getting just crushed here. I have 2 pair. Okay, any order. And then they can sack the Birds of Paradise, make me lose my Mox Diamonds. Which really, it's not the worst. Like, I have to lose cards to play those Mox Diamonds anyway. They can go any order. And now when I draw a Werebear, it's going to be huge. Huge, chat. Ultimately huge. Maybe I actually should do nothing. What's the difference? No, but I'm still looking for lands right now. I just want to find land, play land. Oh boy. Okay, we're going to take the Werebear. There's no way they play another Cabal Therapy and name Werebear. It's impossible. Wall Blossoms. It's a pretty good card to sacrifice to a Cabal Therapy. No, I still want to play Opt. We're looking for lands. We just want to make land. Oh, thank God. Put on top. Oh, but we need green lands. Okay, whatever. Land is a land, I suppose. Wall of Roots. Wall it up. Wonder what it's building towards. What kind of wall are they building? Gush is fine. Put on top. Then on our turn we can gush. Float. We can float some mana. Gush. Maybe even find a Mox Diamond or something. No, and no green mana either. So I get nothing. That Cabal Therapy, that was the greatest Cabal Therapy of all time. The greatest Cabal Therapy of all time. Another Wall of Blossoms. Well, and what's sad is our opponent's not really doing anything. They're under no pressure. Maybe it was a noob mistake not to play my Mox Diamond on turn 1. Alright, so they can rip out every single card in my hand. Before I know it, I'm not even going to have any creatures to play. Blindly naming counterspell. That's clever. But if I had counterspell, well, I guess yeah. If I actually had counterspell, I wouldn't actually play it, just hoping my opponent would brick and miss. They wanted to get rid of my naturalize. That's weird. Oh, they're a survival deck. You're a survival deck opponent. Oh wow, I just found my green source. It's a little late. So they're gonna discard. Okay, well anyway, I'll play my beater. On turn 6. Yeah, they're gonna so these survival decks, they always have a squee, so they go get something. They're gonna bring squee back, and then if you're like not really responding to them, like, and I do have what's called a naturalize. Right? They even ripped a naturalize. I have 2 naturalize in my deck because a lot of big bomb cards in this format, like Oath of Druid, Survival of the Fittest, can only be broken up with enchantment destruction. Counterspell, which is too little, too late. And I'm up against 0/5s. Also not convenient. I don't know why I would have a response. Can do nothing. I can't really attack because the stupid Wall of Roots will just block it. It's sort of inevitable that I'm just going to lose to this survival. Oh no, Genesis has entered the arena. What is this? At the beginning of your upkeep, if this creature is in your graveyard, you may pay 3. If you do, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Even more card advantage. This is a great spot where I wish I had Guy's Merfolk. Oh, but they tick down the Wall of Roots, which allows me to attack in with my Werebear now. The Bone Shredder, which I have to deal with every single turn now because of Genesis. Every single darn turn. What is this? What does this do? We have the Yavimaya Granger, a 3-mana 2/2 with Echo of 3. When this creature enters, you may search your library for a basic land, put it onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Totally fair. Attack away. Want to block with anything? You want to block with your Granger? It's weird they block that way. Oh, I guess they value to keep the Wall of Blossoms on the battlefield. Well, I don't know. Maybe we can tempo our opponent out, sort of. If we get rid of the mana dorks. Maybe. Another Wall of Roots is on the way. I need like a gush so I can draw 2 cards and really get something going. No. Sort of don't want this to resolve. Because if that resolves, I have a harder time fighting back against this mana strategy. Also want to buff up my Quirion Drought a little bit. Okay, Wall of Blossoms enters chat. Do they know about my Flooded Strands? I can't remember. It's good to have some random cards in your hand to discard to foil if necessary at some point. Keep drawing counter magic. I don't have a whole lot of it in my deck, to be honest. We've got like 8 pieces. Fortunately, this is really mana intensive, this Genesis card. Another Bone Shredder. Another card to the dumpster. It's going to work eventually one day, opponent. It's going to work one day. Just not today. Okay, we finally bricked. As we deserve. Okay, so Mana Dork is blocking, which is fine by me. We need those mana dorks to block. Maybe I should thin my deck. It's good to keep at least one Flooded Strand for a Portent, because you can Portent manipulate the top of your deck, but then after you draw the card, you can fetch the garbage cards away with your Flooded Strand. Is it Bone Shredder's time? It's Bone Shredder's time. Fortunately, I cannot fetch Dryad Arbor. It's not a green fetch land. Also, Dryad Arbor is not in this format. Oh, you get to choose. That's even more rude. Ugh. Okay. Well, gosh. Turn some lands. I even forgot to thin my deck. Okay. The problem is, every single time I attack, they block with the Bone Shred and they just bring it back. And I don't have, like, any reasonable way of beating this, so we'll just concede here. I don't know if this is a good spot to bring in my combo. I can't tell. Maybe? Also, Winter Orb doesn't look too... Even though my opponent has a lot of mana dorks, Winter Orb doesn't look too bad because this is such a... Like, the way they are using Survival is so mana intensive. Maybe I'm just going to bring in everything. Which I almost never do. Naturalize is still good. I'm going to shy away from some counter spells. Probably the Daze. Get rid of all the creatures. Because their removal is black. My only fear is they have some way of looping like a Birds of Paradise every single turn. That's my only concern. To block this stupid, because this thing... Oh no, this has Trample. Okay, forget it. Loop Birds of Paradise all you wish, opponent. Go for it. And I'll dump maybe a Mox Diamond? No, I need the green source. Do I need? Yeah, I might need the green source. Okay, one sleight of hand. And submit. Now the real problem is what happens in the last game. Okay, so we have an Achroma hand. I'm gonna keep this. So we are just looking for Show and Tell, Oath of Druids, although if I find the Oath of Druids... we do find a green source here, but I don't really want any of these cards. This can be in any order and we can shuffle. Another cantrip. Unfortunately, sorcery speed. The birds. I think I just play Flooded Strand and pass. Counter like one card. Oh, no you don't. Oh, no you don't. Okay, so they're playing Duress, so they set up the Cabal Therapy, unfortunately. So I want to make sure at least the first Cabal Therapy is blind. Oh, Survival. That's sort of fine. Sort of. Let's go... Okay, I definitely want to keep making my land drops, though. Okay, sleight of hand. Mox Diamond is okay. Because I'm going to need green mana at some point. Play another sleight of hand. Hit the Oath. Okay, I'll just grab the Oath and pass. And hope we don't get hit by another Cabal Therapy or Duress or something. It'd be just brutal. Wall Roots is okay. Phyrexian Furnace is more than welcome here. It's the last thing I care about. Another Oath. I need to... Oh no! Portent will draw me a card, but on the wrong turn. All these cards are pretty good, though. So we'll put foil on the... Foil, Winter Orb, Island. Support Instability? No. And then... Oh, I could draw a few cards here. I could Portent, draw both. Nah, we'll wait. I'll play Portent later. Everything is going as slow as possible. And as clunky as possible, I might add. But who cares? So, actually, there is actually one concern. I probably have to get rid of the Survival first before I play Oath. And the reason for that is I'm sure my opponent can Survival for an answer to the Oath. Like, there's probably like some sort of enchantment, right? Or there's probably some sort of enchantment destruction in the deck. We'll play Portent. I don't love any of these cards. Except that there's like a foil in the deck. We'll say any order. And I'll say yes. And then when they discard to a Survival, we'll blow it up. Okay, so we're going to hold priority on our turn. See what they'll go get. They got Wall of Blossoms. Interesting. Well, they could do this again if they really wanted to. I guess they could discard Wall of Blossoms to go get something else. You want to pay your Echo? Nope. The answer is no. Don't Cabal Therapy me. This is the worst time to get Cabal Therapied. Absolute worst of all worst times. Okay, there's the Wall of Roots that we know about. There's a Morph. This Morph probably turns face up to destroy an artifact or enchantment, which is going to be okay because we have a second one of these. Oh no, they're blowing up my green source. Yeah, I knew there's this one Morph in the deck that can destroy artifacts and enchantments. Well, anyway, so I got nailed there. Well, I hope I nail my opponent a little bit too. Okay, we're going to play Winter Orb. My mana sucks. What can I say? Another wall. It's a very pretty wall. Very beautiful. Just blossoming. Okay, Nantuko attacks. That's fine. Actually, I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna fetch to thin my deck because there's no other point. Actually, there is a bit of a point. I still need it for Portent. And we have another survival, which is hopefully just going to be weaker on this board. Another Acroma, which is useless to me. We're getting even... My hand is even more vulnerable to... what's it called? My hand is even more vulnerable to... Cabal Therapy now. Another Wall of Roots is found. How much mana is there? Okay, these Wall of Roots are dying off soon. But they still have like 4 mana available if they want it. Well, this is a 5-turn clock, so I have less reason to actually crack this Flooded Strand if I don't need to. Okay, Show and Tell or a green source. Show and Tell or a green source. Or a cantrip that finds a green source. I have a lot of turns to find this. I have a million turns to find this. These Wall of Roots are not very aggressive. Fortunately, Winter Orb is actually doing a little bit of work. Slowing the game down a little bit. Mesmeric Fiend can definitely counter that. I believe that's meant to go look at my hand. Squeegoblin the Bob. Yeah, it's like when this creature enters, target opponent reveals their hand, you choose a non-land card from it, exile that card. When this creature leaves the battlefield, return the card back. Nope. I'm just going to counter you. Do they have Genesis in the graveyard? They do not, so I don't have to deal with that thing every single turn yet. Oh, God. Okay, so it's interesting. They're only going to hit one, because they're never going to name either of these cards. It's impossible, unless they looked up my YouTube channel. They looked up Wrath of God. They think I've turned into a control deck. Okay, so now they see the weird news. So they can hit one. If they hit the Oath, then I'm looking for Show and Tell. If they hit a Chroma, I'm looking for the green source. Probably they're going to name Oath. Yeah, Oath of Druids. Okay, come on. Okay, so now we're just strictly looking for show and tell. Show and tell or bust. Maybe I am not supposed to be siding out any cantrips at all ever with this deck. Maybe that's just like a mistake. And I should only be siding out counter spells. My job, I have one job and one job only, and that is to find my combo pieces. What did I do? Side out one of my combo card, like one of my cantrips? Yeah, never doing that again. I sided out that one sleight of hand, and look what it's done to me. Okay, now I'm extra screwed. Now it's like going to be really hard to ever amass anything here. So we have how many Achroma left? We do have 2 more Achromas left in the deck. The problem is I don't even have a green source in play to like top deck to even top deck the Oath of Druids at this point. Okay. Okay. Oh, we do have the Flooded Strand still enabled. So frustrating. Okay, well, I have to play... Okay, I'm going to go Mox Diamond. I'm actually going to go... How do I do this? If I get the Gush, I'll draw a... No, Mox Diamond is fine, actually. Okay. And I'll put Gush in my hand. Use Port Instability? No. Okay. Hopefully this works out. Now they'll Cabal Therapy at me again, and they'll... I assume they're going to go for, like... I don't know. I think they're going to have to go for a combo piece, but the combo piece is not going to be in our hand. It's going to be a Gush. I'm running out of time. Time is not on my side. Top of that, my opponent's attacking me for 4. I guess I need to find the Achroma or bust, because I'm going to die soon. Oh boy, I'm going to really die soon. Oh boy. It's a lot of creatures on the battlefield. It's a lot of creatures. Okay, going to get hit for 3. But that was going to get show and telled in play anyhow. Alright, let's... actually, hold on, no. Let's undo that, undo. Let's fetch. Let's get rid of that stupid thing on top of our deck. I don't know how to get out of this though. This is too late. This is turn 11. This is turn 11. Guess we'll put that on top. I would love to do this again. Ugh. Put this on the bottom. Undiscovered Paradise. That would have been great a million years ago. It adds 1 mana of any color, and then during your next untap step, you can untap your perm. When you untap the perms, you have to return this land back to your hand. But I don't have anything to do. Just going to put an Undiscovered Paradise and concede. That felt very unlucky. Felt very unlucky. All right, I'm going to concede. Good games. Game 1, I was in deep. I was in deep. But game 2, I felt like I was in control. I just couldn't get any of my combo. I couldn't find my land. I couldn't get a green land. And then I couldn't get anything else. My opponent says, I made the perfect call in that Mox, I guess. Well, you had to. Okay, anyway, that was round 1. Let's get into round 2. Round 2, we lost the die roll. I don't have a green source, but I do have a cantrip, so we're going to keep this. Just got to find a Yavimaya Coast or Mox Diamond, and we're in business. Pump goes plains and pass, as if they're a control deck. We find a Quirion Dryad and a Portent to get the Portent, because I don't need any more creatures. I need mana. I need mana, and I need it badly. I need mana. I need it today. 2 plains. What is this, white weenie? Pay a white, tap target creature. You could also morph it. Very cute. Very cute opponent. Okay, can I draw, like... Maybe I should just go Portent. It's fine. Okay, I found my green source. Okay, and put the Flooded Strand on the bottom. Werebear. And Yavimaya Coast. Will not do anything about this. Play land and pass. Because I think I'm going to play a Quirion Dryad soon. And then we'll play some cantrips with that Quirion Dryad. Maybe I should play Werebear first. No, if I play Werebear, they can tap it down. Or maybe they won't. Maybe they don't want to tap it down. Another tapper. Well, maybe we should give our opponents some reason to tap things down. I don't know. So the idea is now these Werebears can be cast into more Werebears and Quirion Dryads. Remember, we do have a Flooded Strand to dump a random card, just to get a land in the graveyard for our Werebears. The bears. The bears. Then my Tarmogoyf. Oh, Tarmogoyf down. I'm getting beaten down here. 4 damage at a time. Thought I'm the aggro deck. Oh, it's a rebel deck. Are these rebels? It is a rebel. From Onslaught. Oh, it's that stupid... Is that shape-shifting thing? Actually, I don't know what this would be in mono white. I have no idea. Well, this is awkward. This is going to go find Lyn Civvy or something. Okay, I need to curve out. I need to do it fast. Get a sleight of hand, I guess. Play another sleight of hand to get... Oh, this foil is no good now. For millions of reasons. Okay, I'll get the Werebear. I feel like my deck needs more green mana. I can't put any more green mana in it. It just the mana base does not compute. It does not support. Oh my god. This thing, I can't beat this thing game 1. That's impossible. That's not going to happen. Or you want to tap down my Werebear so you can cleanly get in with your Exalted Angel, even though it has flying, and my Werebear... You know, bears never did fly. Not very well, anyhow. I'm sure some tried to by running off the cliff, but it was pretty futile. Yep. Yep. Okay, but I feel pretty confident. I don't know how they beat our sideboard plan. This has protection. Oh, it has protection from red and from black. It doesn't have protection from white. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe it doesn't work because they've got that stupid tapping creature. So if I play this thing, flying, first strike, vigilance, trample, protection. Oh, I actually can't play this card. Yeah, that would be brutal. That's not going to work. Can I bring in Winter Orb? The deck seems sort of mana efficient. But at the same time, no, it's not mana efficient because they're playing a rebel strategy of like sinking mana to go get more rebels. Maybe we're going to actually bring in Winter Orb. So what am I going to take out? Maybe Naturalize because I don't know what what it does in this matchup. And maybe do one cantrip again. Look, I'm not playing the combo plan this time. Am I going to get out aggroed here? Sounds okay. Seen better, to be honest. I hate playing against Swords to Plowshare decks for the most part. Because they exist, but it's like 1 mana destroy my big creature that I've worked so hard to have on the battlefield. I guess we can start looking for something, either islands or. That's a few too many islands. I know what we can do though. We go okay. Put 2 islands on the bottom, leave 1 on top. Use Portent's ability. Oh, no, I guess I should shuffle it all away. Because I'll get 2 lands out of this deal. I was hoping to I'm gonna draw a fetch line. I was hoping to just draw 1 fetch line, play it, and then shuffle the other 2 away. Maybe it's okay. We can still shuffle it away. I'll be guaranteed my 2 islands for my gush. That's the positive side of everything. Mother of Runes! I'm just not getting in with my creatures now, am I? Mother. It's just not happening, is it? You have Shroud. Sure. Never contested it. Okay, so let's... Okay, what is the best way of doing this? So I could stack my deck and then gush. So I can cantrip twice. I might want to opt first, get something good, then portent, stack deck, then gush. Or do I want to portent right now, stack deck, then maybe gush, put those cards in play? That is, hold on, cancel. No, I'm going to keep the Flooded Strand for now. Portent. The only way to beat the Mother of Runes is just to outmuscle the damn thing. Look at cards. Okay. I would like that Werebear. Please. Support intense ability? No. But how do I get this Werebear? Oh, yeah, I could float. Okay, yeah, I can float, play Gush. Did I put the Mox Diamond on top? I did. Which lets me to cast the Mox Diamond. Discard an island. Play Werebear. So I don't waste anything. Then I attack with Quran Dryad, which should do nothing. Technically. And then I can opt away the garbage card on top. If they opt to double block for any reason, we've got opt. So the mother could, in theory, block with the True Believer, and then the mother gives herself protection from green, but then it will not work. But that will work. Works plenty fine. Alright, we need to dig for more creatures. Ooh, there's another portent. Okay, let's let's opt away that garbage card on top because it's just like a land or something. That's great. I just drew another land. That's just great, chat. That is just great. Oh, a wasteland. Please do use it. It feeds my werebear. Boom! What doesn't grow dies, and what dies grows the bears. Oh, that is going to be such an annoying card. Stupid. Whatever you are. Well, now attacking has a lot of consequences because if I attack, they can double block with this and they can double block with the True Believer and the Whip Quarter. So, and the Whip Quarter can be given pro green, and my werebear could die. So I guess what we're gonna do is just force our opponents to be taxed on their mana. They didn't even. Oh yeah, they couldn't tap anything with the Whip Quarter that turn. I wouldn't say we're in control. We need that Gaea's Skyfolk now. People don't believe in Gaea's Skyfolk. I believe in Gaea's Skyfolk. Show me Gaea's Skyfolk. Show me. That's not Gaea's Skyfolk at all. But I'll take the counter spell. The Mox Diamond on the bottom. Let's just keep control of the game. Used Portent's ability. No. Play. Oh no! I was supposed to play Fetch Land. Because when I play Fetch Land and I draw the card, then I don't have to draw the garbage card on top. You're going to tap down that thing. Well, alright then. What I love about this format is that small mistake of not playing my Flooded Strand is just so significant. It's like, it's a pretty big deal. And like this is finally a format of like small edges, which is just something we're not used to in a long time. These days, when you play Magic the Gathering, it's just the most powerful decks possible, just blasting off against the other most powerful decks possible. If you like miss one land drop or something, then you just die. It's pretty sad. The gameplay just looks awful too. This gameplay is great. No, I would prefer you don't kill my creature. Thank you very much. I'd like to save all of them. Can't really afford to lose anything too. Non-creature spells cost one more to cast. Yeah, sure. Like, what do I care? But you can't tap creatures down now. So this lets me attack. But maybe our opponent has calculated that they're in the lead. Yeah, so that shouldn't have happened. Maybe I'm just... Okay, I am not the aggro. I'm just not the aggro. Keep my creatures back. But there is a point our opponent can just force in damage by giving creatures pro-green, just attacking in. Land and pass, land and pass, land and pass. This card is so good versus me. It's funnily quite very powerful. So now they can go like play Whip Order, I guess, tapping down my werebear again, and then get in for 4. Sounds about right. Get in for 4 for like once every 2 turns. They could also just like attack for 6 on this turn, or even attack for 4, and then if I block, they could give it pro green, but might be a little bit more aggressive than they would like it to be. Ooh, a sleight of hand. Come on, guys, Skyfolk. I have to pay 2 mana? Sure. Deal. Got a foil. Well, I'm gonna take the foil. And maybe I'll just play this. Two hard counters in hand. It's not even clear if I drew like another Kruon Dryad, like they even, or a Werebear, if it would even do anything. I literally need a Gaea Skyfolk, and a few of them. There we go. There we go. All right. Now this game gets a little bit more interesting. If not a lot more interesting. Might put some pressure on the opponent to like make a move. You gonna make a move? Although I have a feeling they would have made moves a long time ago. This deck looks really cool. I can totally see it like I can totally see it like getting blasted in Premodern, but maybe not. Believe me, I've tried the like sort of dinky creature route. It's not good. Like Premodern's really powerful. Like there's someone heard my cries for help, and they brought another guy, a Skyfolk, the singular merfolk in this deck. Ho ho! Can you block this? You have Shroud, but you don't have Reach. Grandra is just getting bigger and bigger. Oh, where's my card view? Sorry about that. I have no idea how long that was gone. Okay, I think our opponent has now got the idea. Well, we got to start tapping these Sky folks, or we're screwed. Wow, still tapping the Kruon Dryad. That is not going to get you anywhere. Like, you got this thing covered with the Mother of Runes, in my opinion. Okay, we can't let that happen. It's an abomination. It's a good thing I didn't play this Kruon Dryad. Now I need all this mana available for a potential thing getting played by my opponent. I need foil available. Although if I hardcast foil, I'm going to take 7 damage. Although if I take 7 damage, my opponent will be dead. The Exalted Angel. Okay, fetch. Because of Werebear, we can hardcast foil. It's very brave to play that Exalted Angel. Why not morph it? It's less mana. At least this turn. Okay, I'm tapped down. So what could they do? Okay, they could attack for 7. Then put me in a position where they could tap something down. It's going to be close. They're gonna get in for a clean 4 here. Undiscovered Paradise. Okay, declare attacks. Because they tap this thing down, leave Mother up to block Werebear. That's about it. I'll play Quirion Dryad. I guess the daze is worthless. They waited patiently to pay for that daze with their Exalted Angel. Another Shrouder, sure. Like, if I were my opponent, I would maybe tap something down. I mean, I'm at a pretty low life total. I guess this turn is not a good turn to go for anything. They got to make a move at some point. Oh, I didn't think about it. I could have just fired off this day so I can make my Quirion Dryad a little bit bigger. It does actually have a purpose. I can put Undiscovered Paradise in play. If I somehow need an extra card in my hand for foil, I can always bounce it back to my hand. It's close. This game is so close. The game is so close. Fortunately, this is a 2-1, so I can block it with my Quirion Dryad. But my opponent doesn't have a whole lot of opportunity to like attack in for the win. I think, like, I don't actually truly understand what the mentality is to keep tapping down the Quirion Dryad. They have to be playing around a card in my deck I'm not thinking of. Because from my perspective, they should be tapping down the Skyfolk and then blocking with something and then giving protection with Mother of Runes. So they're being very careful with this Mother of Runes for some reason. For reasons I do not understand. And here's a Gush. I don't think playing Gush. No, actually, maybe doing something with Gush is good. Because we can get some cantrips going. Maybe the second Quirion Dryad is going to be a threat. Oh, Winter Orb is awesome. It's just super awesome. I don't want to waste the mana. Cancel. Maybe I just play Winter Orb. No, that's got to be surprise. Let them know about that at the proper time. Quirion Dryad gets a little bit bigger again. All right, I got a 13/13 Quirion Dryad. That's cool. Going through all this work just so that I can die. Can I attack with several things here? I attack with this. They have to block with something. It's okay. And yeah, we'll keep Winter Orb as a surprise. Although I don't think it's necessary. Like in this game, it sort of looks like they're gonna lose. Okay, we win. All that work just so that we can lose game 3, sadly. Is there any? No, there's nothing I can destroy. Flying, first strike, vigilance, trample, haste. It just protection from black and red does not, but not white. So if they have the tapping creature, I'm lost. I'm just straight up lost. I wonder, can I use Oath of Druids? Maybe I could play Oath of Druids for value. Like, why not? Like, I can't destroy their creatures, so like, hold on, yeah, maybe I should just. I forgot. Like, I got this idea against Mono Black that I should just bring in Oath of Druids for value. And why not here? Like, my opponent's trying to spew a bunch of creatures on the battlefield. I think I can do the same thing. So this actually might be super valuable. It's a creature-based matchup, so probably Counterspell is not so good. And if I bring in Oath of Druids, maybe it's worth having. Okay, I'm thinking about this so differently now. Maybe we bring in the combo anyway. But the key is to keep all the creatures. Okay, I'm signing out all the counter magic. Have any more counter magic? Okay, we need to bring in a Chroma. Need to bring in Show and Tell though. We'll take out some number of Winter Orb, I guess. Or all the Winter Orbs. Not taking out any more cantrips. No, that's a bad idea. It's a bad idea. Okay, I didn't think about this. That maybe this is a fine place. We side in everything. Okay, I will keep this hand for the moment. It's a bit weak on the draw, but it's okay. Ooh, perfect draw. Island and go. So we can go turn 2, Gaea Skyfolk. Actually, no, it should just be turn 2, Kuron Dryad. Vigilance! That's too good. That's too good. When are we going to see Lynn Civvy? We haven't seen Lynn Civvy once. There it goes. That's its job. Non-creature spells cost 1 more to cast. That's fine. The next card I play is going to be a creature spell. Or maybe not. Okay, well, I am going to play a non-creature spell. I'm going to pay 1 for this Mox. Discard Yavimaya Coast. Play my creature. My beautiful creature. Play my Flooded Strand. I can actually play Gush here. So let's 2 for 1 here is not bad. I don't think that's too bad. Let's attack. If there's a double block, I can fetch for an island, float a blue, play Gush. And maybe my opponent's thinking, you know what, that's not too bad. You know what? Let's kill this. Could be a big problem later on. All right, they're saying, no, you know what? Let that thing go through. It's fine with me too. Okay, it's gone. It works symmetrically. Screw yourself. Ooh, the Ramosian Sergeant. I don't have the Winter Orb anymore. Winter Orb would screw this Ramosian Sergeant big time. All right, let's fetch. Play Gush. I don't know. I honestly don't know what's better, if I should be playing Portent or not. These Gushes, they suck. They just suck. Would love an Oath of Druids or something here. Oh my god. Look at this hand. Okay, we'll take an Oath. Export's ability? No. Play a land. Play Mox Diamond. Tapping on Mox Diamond. Get rid of a land. And I guess I'll just be on defense. So we'll draw one Crown Dryad and an Oath of Druids. And if my opponent wants to put more creatures in play, by all means, be my guest. It means I get more creatures in play. Another Ramosian Sergeant. Okay, and this is going to be an interesting game. Because my opponent will clearly have more creatures in play than I do for this entire game. Oath of Druids. Got some enchantment destruction there. Do ya? And then when we get our Angel, it will be all over. Unfortunately for our opponent, the Rebel card is not... oh yeah, this stupid card. No! Okay, so they have their own Oath of Druids online, and maybe it's a lot more powerful than ours. Maybe it's immensely more powerful than ours. Oh, there's another problem. I know there's another Kruon Dryad on top of my deck. That's not good. Well, we're gonna get the beatdown. All right. We're gonna get Merfolk, like the Skyfolk, guys. Skyfolk. That's what we're gonna get every single turn. After the next turn. Every life point is pretty precious, so I have to block. Oh, is this a 2-1? Oh, I'm an idiot. I should block the 2-1. Oh, I should have really blocked the 2-1 now. Oh, no! Oh, no! Oops. Target opponents. Choose you. I'm going to get myself a Kruon Dryad. I would love to use this ability. I drew a Flooded Strand, which is useless to me. Pass. I guess I'm just going to lose. I'm going to lose to soldiers. Their very slow, clunky Oath of Druids is obviously far superior to my Oath of Druids. Yeah, I knew that was the big lifelink angel. So am I just dead? I think I'm just dead. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, maybe I go to 1. Which is not 0. Okay, so if we flip the Acroma, we'll gain a bunch of life. We gain a bunch of life. Use the ability. I would love to use the ability. Angel. Oh! I got the angel in hand, though. Okay, so this is interesting. So it's not over just yet, opponent. I have a few tricks up my sleeve myself. In fact, it even buffs up my Quirion Dryad. Get our Chroma in play. Oh, wait a minute. This doesn't have light. I forgot. This doesn't have lifelink. It's just, it has a lot of abilities. Lifelink is not one of them, unfortunately. But it can block this thing. It has vigilance. I can attack. It's funny. This I'm actually overloading this Mother of Runes. If you name green, I've got blue. If you can name blue, I've got white. I guess it's only green and white here. All right, good games, good games. This game did not go my way. I don't know if I have a good matchup here. This deck actually is like pre-boarded versus me pretty good. This tap, I don't have a whole lot of threats in my deck, so this card is just like a huge beating. And also, it's a Swords to Plowshares deck. Although this is, from what I understand, this is a very, very, very niche deck, or maybe it's an underrated strategy. Anyway, that was round 2. Let's get into round 3. Okay, this is round 3. I won the die roll. Our hand, I think, is good. I'm gonna keep. I just need to find another land, and we can Mox Diamond in some Quirion Dryads. Or actually, probably I'll play Werebear first. So we'll play Portent to go look for another land. Oh, I found my land. Mox Diamond can go on the bottom. And then we play Werebear next turn into Quirion Dryad and Opt. Lotus Petal. Combo deck? Pretty sure this is combo deck. A Dark Ritual into a Putrid Imp. Reanimator of some sort. I have no... Ooh, a fellow Achroma deck. Appears our opponent hit the absolute nuts. I think I'm going to concede, because I know that there's absolutely nothing in my deck to beat this card game 1. Yeah, there's just nothing I can do to beat that card in game 1, and that was just a nut draw. So if the record, it's not like Reanimator's not particularly a popular choice, probably because it's not very consistent. Although I don't play the strategy, so I don't know the nuances of if the deck is good or not. Now here's a question: do I want to go into the Reanimator plan, or like do I want to go my own show and tell plan? Who can more reliably do their thing? So if I just go the fair route, if I only go the fair route, then that means I have to be able to control my opponent's Reanimator strategy, which might be okay. I don't feel like I've got a lot of counter magic, though, to be honest. I don't feel like I'm a counter magic deck. You know what I mean? It's like it's got enough to sort of do something, but it's not a lot. And if I go, well, I don't know. I don't know their Reanimator cards too. It's a black deck. For sure, if I play Oath, it'll be fine. I go to get a Chroma attack, or we can trade. Then there's like that Putrid Imp will help me find another Achroma, perhaps. Well, I gotta think about this. I think I'm just gonna click it back. The few times that I played against like Reanimator, it was like pretty high variance. This hand is good again. In fact, this hand has days this time. Our opponent doesn't know what the hell we're on, but they'll assume that we're on some sort of blue tempo deck because I play, or maybe a control deck. The only thing they saw in game one was I played an island and a portent. There's a lot of decks in Premodern that do that sort of play pattern. If our opponent just passes, we are not going to play Opt. We need to save this cantrip for our Quirion Dryad. What is our opponent thinking of? Unless they're like multi-queuing with their deck. It's sort of it's one of the few decks in Premodern that maybe you can multi-queue with. You do your best with what little resources you have. Or like, I don't know, you like mulligan down to the important hands that you need in order to win the game. The games are short. Not a fan of duress. But I'm going to let it resolve because I can't afford to tempo myself out. They could go for the opt and then just try to play around the days for the rest of the game. Yep. That's what ends up happening. Okay, I don't want to tempo myself out too much, so we'll play Werebear. It gives our opponent perfect information, but whatever. Next turn, I'll be able to play Quirion Dryad into Gaea's Skyfolk, which buffs up the Quirion Dryad. Our opponent is not prepared to combo off this turn. Continue with Quirion Dryad. Undiscovered Paradise. Quite discovered, in fact. And pass. Alright, so we got some power, some random power on the battlefield. Not really close to buffing up this Werebear, though, unfortunately. Okay. You can see my hand. Take my days. If it makes things a little less inconvenient for you. So Undiscovered Paradise goes back to my hand. I got another days. Attack for 5, I guess. Remember, at a moment's notice, I also have the option to just play Mox Diamond for 0 and just put it in the graveyard if I can. Okay, are we going for it now? Not yet. Not yet, says the opponent. So now I can discard 2 cards. No, not enough. I was just thinking, I still don't know how to hold priority on my deck. I should play Mox Diamond, counter my own Mox Diamond to buff up Quirion Dryad. That allows me to attack for 6, and then if I draw a random blue card, I can hit and kill my opponent for 7. I will pass. Please play something. Alright. You had like one more turn after that, no matter what it was. So you see, when I play against Reanimer, that's how it usually is. That's how it usually works. It's great that way. Okay, we'll just click it back. Like, my guess is this archetype just does nothing sometimes. This hand has no interaction, but it's got creatures, so I'm going to keep it. Fortunately, my hand is quite diversified here. Wonder what they're going for, though. Chosen card is Phantom Noshi. No, oh, they're targeting themselves. Am I dead? What is this? Death. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. You lose life equal to its mana value. The Phantom Noshiba. I was like, why would you guess that from my deck? Okay, so what's my only option here? They didn't have a land. What's the other card here? As an additional cost, cast the spell, discard X cards, deals X damage to each creature and each player. Oh, I see. So death. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. You lose life equal to its mana value. So I need to look 2 cards deep. I need to find foil or daze. Okay, that's fine. It's a Mox Diamond. So we play Mox Diamond. Discard Yavimaya Coast. Is there any reason to play Opt right now? Probably not. Okay, I'm just going to pass. And they will go for it because they have no reason not to go for it. Now, it's not the end of the world, but this is pretty ugly. Targeting me this time. Okay, that's fine. Because I don't have a answer yet. And they just found it too. Days. Oh, they named Days. Nice. Okay, so they actually... I didn't have it. Okay, so we get another turn, chat. We get another turn. Okay, opt. We get counter magic. Not counter magic. Put you on the bottom. That's counter magic, though. That's super good and hard counter magic. All right, so now we go sleight of hand. We'll get Gush. That's fine. Play Island, and now pass, and hope they go for it. It's actually nerve-wracking because they know I have a bunch of creatures in my hand. There's no better time to go for it now, though. There's the death. That's the second side of this, yeah. So we're gonna counter this. And then next turn we can go like Quirion Dryad into Gush, playing Gaea Skyfolk. Alright, Quirion. Oh, actually, no, we can't go that. We can't do that line. The best line we have is actually going Werebear first. Then next turn playing Quirion Dryad. Or I can try to YOLO it here. I'm gonna replay a land anyway. Yeah, I might as well just try to go for something here. I guess I could have floated the 2 mana and see what happened. Might as well use up the mana. Found a green source. Put on the bottom, I guess. Don't need that anymore. Okay, pass. I should actually be digging for some more interaction too anyway. Okay, we have a beater. So screw everything. Attack for 4. Screw the Quirion Dryads. I've got Werebears. I got more Werebears where that came from. Attack for 8. Actually, I should only attack for 4. That was a mistake. Okay, I won the match. Finally, we beat something. And it was like it was a Reanimator deck. We got Reanimator. That was round 3. Let's get into round 4. Round 4, we're on the draw. I don't have any creature, so I have no way of winning the game. I'm just going to mulligan. Okay, I got some creatures, but I don't have... I'm wondering if... I really like Naturalize in this format. It just looks really good. But whenever I look at it, it's like the more versatile card would be just like Daze. Like another Daze and another foil in my deck. But like I said, there's just so many important artifacts and enchantments. This hand doesn't have green mana. And also foil on the draw sucks. I'm going to mulligan this again. Okay, I can deal with this. We can dump the counter spell and maybe a Mox Diamond. Maximum card draw. This is very similar to my first round starting. Sorry, the first starting hand. Opponent goes Mountain Pass. Means nothing to me. Play a Portent. Sort of just looking for another island. These cards are all good. So we'll go Sleight of Hand at the bottom, Counterspell, Flooded Strand. I will not use Portent's ability. And if I can, I'll try to draw all of them. I get the sense this is a Goblins deck. I get the sense. Because if it was like a red deck wins deck, they would have already played like a 1-drop probably. Maybe not. It's just a burn deck. Just gonna play Flooded Strand and pass. There's like another cantrip on top of my deck. I'll take it. If I can draw into it. If they play something and force me to play Counterspell, that's fine too. Swamp. Well, if you're gonna lure my Counterspell out of my hand, then I'm gonna counter that. Just that you don't know what's in my hand. Because you're gonna take the Counterspell anyway. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I didn't even do anything with that hand. Just play Yavimaya Coast and pass. Maybe it was fine to play one opt, fire off one opt on my turn to see if I could draw a creature and just play it that turn. What is this? I don't know this. Premodern is on Magic the Gathering Online, and people are throwing out the brews. Hypnotic Spectre. Oh, it's just red. It's just red-black. That's a very, very, very strong card versus me. Okay, that is not going to resolve yet. See if we can find an answer to that damn thing. And that is going on the bottom. Drew an island. Well, let's do this again. Let's play another opt. It's another land. I'm going to put it on the bottom. I drew another land. Well, let's do this one more time. I know how this works. I found a Crondrad. Okay, we'll put that on top. Keep that. Okay, Spectre resolves. And then we'll play Crondrad Gush and see if what kind of turn we can make out of it. Hopefully there'll be nothing useful in my hand. It will be all on the board. Float blue, Gush. Fortunately, we have a land drop and we have Mox Diamond to play cards. Opponent has a response. Bolt. This is the closest to Jund. This closest we have to Jund, I guess. Well, I got some news for you, opponent. I've got another Crondrad. Apparently, I also have a lot of lands. So, yeah. They're gonna feel so unlucky. Oh my god, I hit that one land that he gushed back to his hand. No, they're all islands. They're all islands. You had nothing good to get. Well, the good news, I guess, is I can play everything off the top of my deck. Bad news is my opponent's like blasting everything away. Oh, I got a blocker. I'm not going to play land this time, so I can encourage my opponent to play Cabal Therapy or Duress or something. I will easily block that thing. I am not the beatdown here. Not that I know of. Another one. Ooh, well. The hope is they attack, they make me discard the island, I foil something. That's the dream. Not a good dream, considering it's only a 50% chance of it pulling off. Actually, it's only 50% chance of it pulling off, because even if I'm left with the foil, they may not play anything. Damn, they're playing something! I could have countered that! I could get in and counter that thing! Phyrexian Arena. So this is just like a red-black version of the black version of the deck. Everything's going my way, to be honest. Everything's going my opponent's way, too. So I guess the red... Yeah, the red is just for lightning. The red is for Lightning Bolt and Terminate. Maybe some other removal. Okay, that's okay. I'm in a lot of trouble. I'm not coming back from this. But here's the good news, chat. My sideboard strategy is going to be great now. So we're going to bring in... But here, I don't think I'm going to remove any of the creatures. Because here's the problem. So I used to bring this combo in versus this type of deck. But then I would just lose to like the hand disruption. And then I realized, well, why don't I just keep all the creatures in? And then it worked great. So you kill my creature. But then I play like Oath of Druids. And then I go find more creatures anyway. And like, even if you use my Oath of Druids, my creatures are bigger than your creatures. And then if I hit the jackpot with a Chroma, ooh, chef's kiss. Okay, I don't want counter magic. Counter magic sucks. Can't remember if Naturalize is any good. Let's just say it's not. And don't want to lose any. Well, I can afford. Okay. I think I can afford to lose some cantrips in this situation. I think. Or how about... I don't have days. Maybe I should get rid of some gushes. Keep the cantrips. 1 mana. Find whatever I need. Let's go. And I play that Chroma through that Oath of Druids. They're going to be so shocked. I can keep this hand. Now, because my Mox Diamond can get sniped off, I probably am going to have to, no matter what, just play Mox Diamond, sack my Flooded Strand, and just have the green source in play. Hopefully that's safe. I don't think they're going to bring in red artifact destruction. Unless they anticipate, like, Winter Orb or something. Oh, I'm on the play. Oh. That represents... Okay, I forgot that I'm on the play here. Yeah, I probably mulligan that hand. I probably mulligan this hand if I know I'm on the play. Grim Lavamancer, I do not care about. When I play this Oath of Druids, you're probably going to kill your Grim Lavamancer. Okay, we got opt. And we're only looking for lands. Why is my deck clunky for some reason? I understand. I sort of kept a sketchy... This is a sort of a sketchy keep on the play. Definitely a little bit of a sketchy keep. But, like, nothing is going smooth for me. At any point. Ever. Ever. Well, there's all the lands. Okay, so if I go... I don't want to top deck a guy's Skyfolk off of our Oath. Oh, actually I can just show and tell in the Achroma. It's actually fine too. Use to Portent Ability? No. So the next few turns are going to be interesting. So I'm going to draw a land. They're playing so patiently. Comes in that Grim Lavamancer. It's fine. Spectre is fine. So first order of business, we're just going to get this Oath in play. And then next order of business, we get that Show and Tell in play. But there's a 50% chance my opponent is going to screw with this plan. I would certainly love to play Show and Tell and get this Acroma in play. I don't think they can do anything about it. Phyrexian Arena is fine. Okay, do not hit my Island, Show and Tell, or Acroma. Don't hit any of these things. What do you get? Excellent. Excellent. Absolutely excellent. I'm going to get a Gaea Skyfolk now. Sure, let's put a Gaea Skyfolk in play. My opponent's going to get more and more confused. More and more confused. There's no damnation in this format. I wonder if they're going to put like another Phyrexian Arena in play. I'll just put a land. Alright, here comes my Acroma. So my opponent could fetch, kill off one of their creatures so that they could go get a better creature off of their Oath of Druids. I don't know if they have a better creature in their deck. It's just a bunch of fair stuff. Yeah, see? Just that Acroma and it's over. You play fair with Oath of Druids, baby. Just play fair with Oath of Druids. That's the key. Now I'm questioning the value of Gush. Maybe I can bring in Winter Orb. Winter Orb is not bad because they're like marginally mana intensive. They got a lot of like 3-drops and stuff. 3-drops and that Nantuko Shade takes up a lot of mana. Gush is okay though. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm gonna have to experiment with some Winter Orbs here. I shouldn't look at Gush like a cantrip because it's pretty hard to get online and it might be too late by the time I do. Opponent might be looking at some edicts that they can bring in, but I can have multiple creatures in play. That'd be problem. Now, something big brain for our opponent. They could side out all their creatures and maybe have like an alternate way of winning the game with like maybe 1 bomb or something like that. I don't know what that 1 bomb is though. That'd be pretty big brained. I was up against a burn opponent once who like sided out their Grim Lavamancer. They sided out this, they sided out that. And they didn't seem to have any creatures. Like they kept Mog Fanatic in because they could sacrifice it if I ever played the Oath. This hand is fine. We're looking for Show and Tell. Well, whatever. Like we have like 1 combo piece in hand. We have a bunch of cantrips. Oh no! Please name Show and Tell or something like that. You name Acroma, I won't feel so bad. Because I can always get that later. Oath of Druids. Swing and a miss. Alright, I'm going to play a sleight of hand. Make sure you don't Cabal Therapy that thing away. I got Winter Orb. Maybe we can slow our opponent down a little bit. And both these cards suck. Both are pretty bad. Yeah, they went full on like anti-combo. But do they want to sacrifice their Nantuko Shade to hit the 2 Achromas in my hand? That's the question. Is it worth it? No Nantuko Shade this turn. Okay, Cabal Therapy. Probably hitting Achroma. Yeah, Chroma gone. This is okay. No biggie. Very frustrating. I can't cast my Werebear. Okay, can we get a Mox? Or a green source? Or a Mox? I don't want to play Winter Orb because it would just make them untap 1 land. It's not that big of a deal. I'd rather slam it next turn. Oh boy. I think Werebears are better than the Skyfolk. They're just bigger. They can get out of range of lightning bolts. Fledge's Trend is okay here to crack, fill the graveyard for our Werebears. Although I'm not playing around Cabal Therapy very well, if another Cabal Therapy is going to be played. Ravenous Rats. A creature enters, discard a card. Guess we'll discard Winter Orb. I really hope that they brick on this Cabal Therapy. Oh, they're not going to go for it yet. They're going to wait. Be patient. I got a show and tell. Not particularly useful here. I'll put that on the bottom. I got my green source. All right, green source online. How many? No! 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we have 7. We have Threshold. So our Werebear is actually pretty strong here. Because it's a 4/4, so it gets out of range of Lightning Bolt. Not out of range of like Terminator or whatever, but out of range of Lightning Bolt. Okay, so now Show and Tell is good. Oath of Druid's not so good. Just random creatures are good. It's hard to flood out on Achromas now, though. Very hard to flood out on Achromas. There's a Hypnotic Spectre. Shouldn't you, like, sack your Ravenous Rats first? See what's up? So maybe the idea is to block Bolt. Sure. Oh, you want to do that with the Ravenous Rats, though. Well, then that's one less card that is going to sack to Cabal Therapy. I assume there's going to be a Lightning Bolt to the Werebear. Oh, no. It's just a chump block. Oh, no, opponent. You could be in some serious trouble. My Werebear is just going to beat you down. I'm in a spot where I really don't care what you discard. Boo-hoo. And then Tuco Shade. Oh, okay. So that can pump up and block one Werebear. And if I attack, how much are you going to attack back for? You're going to attack back for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Hit me for 8 on the way back. I'm not really winning this race now, am I? I need more creatures. How much can you pump this up for? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can double block for the time being. Okay, I'm going to be on the ground. I guess I'm just going to wait. Because I'm not winning the race. I attack for 8. They attack back for 8 themselves. Unfortunately, I don't have a counter. I don't have a follow-up. Or do they know that? What if I just attack? Will they take it? I'm taking so long to make this attack, though. I'm thinking maybe if I attack, they actually block and pump up this Nantuko Shade to stem the bleeding. What are they afraid of? I just don't want to be on defense. Okay, I don't want to be on defense. I think some other bad stuff can happen if I'm on defense. So I'm willing to make the attack. I know I'm not the beatdown. Like, for example, let's say they terminate one werebear here. Play land and attack with everything. I could be in a lot of trouble. Okay, so they are going to be... Look at that. So they respected my strength. They're going to attack. Hopefully discard this forest. Oh, they got the other... the last... Well, not the last Acroma. They got another Acroma. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. You just gotta be kidding me. Okay, now what do I do? So now you can buff the Nantuko shit. Now I can't attack unless I want to lose a werebear, so I'm just going to pass. I can't believe it. I mean, in some sense I can't, but I can't, at the same time I can't believe it. You all see that, Chad? You see that what happened there? At the moment that I lost my chroma, I drew the show and tell. Okay, you can make me discard the show and tell because it's borderline useless. Just borderline useless. Oh, you got my island. That was the best card in my hand, to be honest. Gaea Skyfolk. I don't really want... I sort of want to play this forest. Yeah, I should just probably play the forest and be empty-handed. No, they're probably holding back. They must be holding back, chat. No, I can tap this actually for mana and play Gaea Skyfolk. It's not a big deal. If I play forest, Gaea Skyfolk, they kill the merfolk, but from there they attack. I lose all the cards in my hand and they just go like they just empty and unload. They got gas. I don't know what the gas is, but they got gas. Ooh, another Ravenous Rats. Okay, well, I'm losing all the cards in my hand anyway. I will still hold on to the show. Actually, show and tell. Is it really useless? What are the odds I'm going to draw my last Acroma? Probably not very good. Oh, I know what my opponent is keeping in their hand. I think I know now. They're keeping creatures. They're really afraid that I'm going to play Oath of Druids. And they're super afraid. Okay, can this Nantuko Shade block a werebear? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, but I can cleanly attack this time. So that's okay. They want to know. They want to know what's going on here. What are you going to name? Counterspell? It's probably Counterspell. The chosen card is Show and Tell? Why do you want to get rid of Show and Tell? There's only one Acroma left in the deck. That is such a crazy call. I don't even understand it. We drew another werebear, which is pretty cool. Okay, so they know about my forest, so I can finally play it. I'll just attack with everything. Seems pretty free. Shade can block. It can pump up 3, which still dies. In fact, they'll even take 1 damage from the Sulphurous Springs. Oh my! They're using Dark Ritual like a lightning bolt. Oh, that's funny. I didn't even think about that. So I was actually closer to dead than I thought. That's actually so cool. But still, don't you want to like Cabal Therapy name Counterspell still? The bears. I got the bears. The bears are back. Yeah, I could die out of nowhere from like Dark Ritual into Dark Ritual into kill. Didn't even think about that. Okay, I have no cards in my hand now. There's like literally nothing. Which makes your Hypnotic Spectre just a 2/2 flyer. Not the most particularly dangerous Spectre out there. Also not the most particularly dangerous Ravenous Rats. Do you have another Dark Ritual? You debating me again? Are you debating me? There can only be like a few trades here. Unless there's another Dark Ritual, which is fine. So Hypnotic Spectre blocks Gaea's Skyfolk. Then Tuco Shade blocks a Werebear. Maybe kills it with a Dark Ritual. Ravenous Rats also blocks. Or maybe they want to double block and hope that I accidentally kill off Ravenous Rats. Actually, it wouldn't work. They would put themselves down to 4 with the Sulphurous Springs. Like, how do I keep this shade? How do I keep the shade? You can't keep any shades. Pass priority. Okay, we're going to buff up the shade the old-fashioned way. Oh, actually, no, yeah, so they're not actually going to pump it up because they don't need to. This is all they have to do to get lethal. Played around Oath of Druids so hard. You'd be in a good spot if I had Oath of Druids on the battlefield. Pretty good spot. Phone says, good game, bro. Cool deck. Love your videos. Thanks. I love my deck too. I get a lot of compliments on my deck. It's quite original. So I think game 1, I am horribly. I think this matchup is terrible. Game 1. I think games 2 and 3 are a lot better, especially since we go into the Oath. It's really important. You got to go Oath and Creature Plan. Now, in the past, I never went with Show and Tell. I was just trying that this time. It's like it worked out pretty well. I think it worked out pretty well. It was pretty good. I liked how it resulted, and I think Winter Orb would not be too bad also in this matchup. I think. I don't know. Okay, that was round 4. Let's move on to round 5. Here for round 5, we lost the die roll. I got a creature. I got interaction. I'm gonna keep it. Interesting thing with foil, it actually has some synergy with the Undiscovered Paradise because this taps for any mana of any color, but then during your next untap step, it gets returned back to your hand. It's elves. Okay, so this is a loss. There is, I mean, I wouldn't say it's impossible to win, but it's gonna really depend on our combo plan in the future. And maybe I actually really should consider to foil something at some point. Okay, I'll just play a Flooded Strand and pass. The idea of opting Turn a forest back to your hand, untap target creature. I believe the card that I really need to counter. I mean, a lot of things are dangerous here, but the thing I really need to counter would be the survival of the fittest, if it ever presents itself. Sure. It is actually good that I have Gaea's Skyfolk, because this is probably the best creature in my main deck. I'm never going to get through any of this stuff on the ground. Okay, that's definitely going to get countered. Well, it is an enchantment. Hold on, discard a creature card, search your library. Just trying to think what I should discard. You know what I should do, actually? First opt. Because if I draw a land off of this opt, then maybe I'll dump a land. Put on bottom. Got a gush. Ah. Don't really want to throw away the gush. Okay, we'll cast this. Discard island, and I guess a counter spell. And if a survival of the fittest hits the board again, we'll hit. I guess we can naturalize it. Okay, opponent getting in for 2. Draw a green source. Sure, let's play this. I'm gonna play Gaea's Skyfolk and pass. But for sure, we can like get completely we can get completely run over just by them spewing out a bunch of creatures. I mean, there's like Deranged Hermit in this deck. Another Cruon Dryad. What does this thing do again? You return a forest to your back to hand to untap target creature. This one returns an elf to untap target creature. Not particularly useful. I mean, I guess you can reset a forest for the most part. Okay, so this is the enchantment destroying creature. So it's a 3-power creature over here. We got our islands for Gush. But I am on the defensive. Okay, I'm just going to pass. I can attack for 2, but they'll attack back for 6. Not to mention a lot more. The reason, what is this? Echo when it enters the battlefield, draw a card. Okay, now there's a bit of an engine here, because they've got this return an elf back to your hand, and this is an elf. Okay, so they're going to be drawing multiple cards a turn. Now the reason I'm not using Gush, like on my last turn, is if I play the island, return both back to hand, and I don't have anything good, I didn't draw anything good, then I'm like left with 1 forest. Whereas if I wait for next turn, I can float mana, Gush, and at least play one of the islands back to the battlefield. This is the basic land searcher. What's the mountain for? Just so you can cast your Squee Goblin Nabob. That's quite nice. Okay, so we get a Cruon Dryad. I want to save their morph creature for some reason. Okay, we'll Gush. Mana floating. Get a Mox Diamond, which is, you know, acceptable. Play Opt. Got another Opt, it's fine. Okay, put on top. Play Island. Play Opt, just in case we find Sorcery Speed Cantrip. That is also fine. We'll put that on top. Can't play it yet, though. But it's just stuff that I can gum up the ground with. Already played my land. Okay, we'll attack for 2. Still not really the beatdown. But now, if they want to attack, there's something going to die. Something is going to die, and we'll play a Mox. We'll just play our Mox Diamond. Oh no, maybe that's not a good idea. This thing hasn't flipped yet. Silly. Okay, So this thing's gonna flip for nothing and blow up my Mox Diamond. It's the it's a 100,000,000% the artifact enchantment destroying morphing creature. So it makes it difficult to beat these survival decks because like you could have like a million artifacts or enchantments that maybe keep these decks in check, but then they just survival for the morph creature that destroys artifacts and enchantments. And no, you don't. You're actually not in any good spot at all. Okay, so now they're gonna bounce their card drawing engine. They have so much mana they can just play it, replay it. Well, this is interesting. If they want to keep this Yavimaya Granger, they have to tap Gaia's Cradle because this is the only mana source here. Oh, I guess no. They could actually tap the forest, tap the mountain, and return. Yeah, return a creature back to hand. Oh, they're going to return the echoed creature back to hand. That's fair. That's fair and fine too. No matter what format I play, elves always very hard. Ridiculously hard. There's just too many things. There's just too much stuff. There's just too much stuff. Yeah, when it's turned face up, it's going to destroy my artifact or enchantment. Alright, well, I mean, couldn't really use the mana anyway, but it would have been better to have not let that happen. Is this an elf by any chance? It's an insect. Okay, so they can't bring it back and regurgitate it. No attacks still. I find very interesting. We will attack. For at least 2. Ground Dread is keeping the ground gummed up, which is nice. And now we've got a 4-turn clock, which I'm not confident is going to outrace our opponent. Why didn't they play the... They just wanted more mana? I was just like wondering, why didn't they play the card drawing guy? I guess they just didn't have the mana for it. Oh, I see, because as they return the creatures back to hand, Gaia's Cradle taps for less mana. So they just don't have the mana for it. But maybe now they do. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I wonder how many Deranged Hermits are in their deck. At least one. It is a Survival of the Fittest deck. And here's the card draw engine. It's funny how I think Elves in Premodern is like the most powerful it could possibly be in any other format. I think it's more powerful than the it's like either I think it's more because of Survival of the Fittest. I think it's more powerful than the Legacy version. Another one. Well, I'm dead. I am most certainly cooked, beyond cooked. That's a lot of power. That's a master of waves of elves. What's the token? That squirrel coming right at you. It's kamikaze style. Well then, what can I draw here? Nothing useful. Okay, I'm gonna concede. So, this is definitely a matchup where we're going to bring in the combo plan. We're going to bring in our Chromas, our Show and Tells, which can slightly backfire. I've definitely played a Show and Tell, and they played like a Deranged Hermit, and then somehow the game like got out of control from there. Winter Orb is not that good because of their Gaia's Cradle, so they only want to untap like one land. That being said, maybe I still want to play it. We're going to bring out... Yeah, maybe it makes their echoes a little bit more complicated. Okay, we're going to take out all the creatures. You know, I want to play. I'm gonna try some Winter Orbs. I've never tried. Like, in theory, this card is crap, but in practice, maybe it's better. And I'll take out some counter magic. Take out. Maybe I should keep foil. It's like the only free thing I can do. But counter magic is just so bad in this type of matchup. Okay, we'll take out the counter spell. That seems fine. I would love to go first. I've got one combo piece, a cantrip, a few dazes. You know what? I'm going to keep this. It's a bit slow. It's actually incredibly slow. Okay, we need some lands. Uh-oh. Okay, so we have Show and Tell, Mox Diamond. Well, I might as well take the Show and Tell, because that's the only... Or do I take the Mox Diamond? It's my only green source here. And I can even daze and replay it. But at the same time, I still have no way of actually winning the game. This isn't mana anyway. Okay, I'll take the Show and Tell. I will daze the first thing that moves. Okay, first thing that moved. Didn't have. Oh, we got a Mox Diamond anyway. Okay, pass. How lovely. They got a slow hand. There's no 1-drop there. Tap for green. Oh, that's going to make my daze plan super bad. Okay, we'll float. So we're not behind yet because we always have that Mox Diamond to redeploy our stuff. So it's not too bad. So if we draw a land, we'll still be on curve. Sleight of hand. Digging for lands, please. Holy moly! I got like maximum cantrips. I got 12 cantrips in this deck. It doesn't seem to help very much. Or at all. Current Ranger resolves. Now I sort of need to daze this back into my hand so I can play this and get the Oath of Druids online. And I will pass. I don't even know. Okay, I'll throw away the counter spell. To some degree, Oath of Druids is not reliable. This creature enters, get a basic land. Well, that powers up your everything. So we'll daze this. Like with more creatures on the battlefield, more mana for Gaia's Cradle, and also just more mana in general. Land opt into another opt. No, I don't want that. I want lands. I don't know if this is like just a bad run of my deck, or is this just like how Delver decks feel? I mean, I guess they sometimes are just they're just siphoned on one on one land, and there's just nothing they can do about it. What does this do? Trample. When this creature enters, reveal the top 4 cards of your library. Put all elf cards revealed this way into your hand. Sure. I can't do anything about that. What are all your elf cards? I know this is a bad matchup, but like, you know, I would like a turn to Oath, you know what I mean? You know, wouldn't that be is that too much to ask? Can I just have a freaking turn 2 Oath of Druids? Why am I playing? What is the point of this card if I'm getting in play by like turn 6? And I may not even get in play by turn 6. All right. This feels horribly, horribly late, though. Now that my opponent has so much mana, so much everything. What did they get? They got a Llanowar Elves, a Quirion. They didn't really get a good... It wasn't a very good Sylvan Messenger, but they can put it back into their hand. I'm just wondering if I should just go a Chroma and bash face right now. Oh no, I can't. I can't play the show and tell. All right, so we don't have any other option. We're gonna play our Mox Diamond. We're gonna play our Oath. We hope it's not gonna get interacted with, because at this point they could probably play the Morph Creature and flip it at the same time. And they have so much mana. They could play Survival, discard a creature, go get the Morph Creature. And I have no island in my hand for my foil. See? It's just all little too late. Turn 6 Oath of Druids. Not nearly as impressive as turn 2. Not nearly as impressive. Or even turn 1 is possible with this deck, thanks to Mox Diamond. During tournament, sure. Okay, thanks for the games. I've seen enough here. They can just go wide and repeat this loop and stuff like that. All right, well, very sad matchups, unfortunately, for me. And also, just even though the matchups were sad, I was also a little disappointed how some of those games played out. Still like my deck, though. Still like my deck. I'd love to play against some of the more tier, some more of the top decks in the format. Elves is, by the way, one of the is a top deck of the format. It's just a very unfortunate pairing for me. And I'd like to, you know what? While there is still Premodern in the leagues, I would love to take this for a spin again. Very much like to. Wonder if I'm supposed to have 19 lands in this deck. I want to say no. There's a lot of land in this deck has like plenty of. There's like so many cantrips, but I could be wrong. Who knows? Anyway, thank you very much everyone for watching, and I will see you all next time.